Hi, everybody. Welcome to class today. Today is Monday, April 20th. Hopefully you enjoyed the nicer weather this weekend, and it's supposed to be nice the rest of this week, so that's exciting as well. Hopefully no more snow. But I am not here today, so because of that, you will have a substitute. You do have a substitute, and you're going to go ahead and get right into work today. So the first thing we're going to start with is taking some time to go back and either revise our answers, check in our answers, or continue working on the web quest that we started on Friday, which was on D-Day. So let me just share my screen really quickly. So everyone's here. You should have taken attendance, and we're moving on. So what to be focusing on? You are going to be going back to Schoology. You're going to be going to World War II, obviously. Once you go to World War II, let me scroll down here. We're going to start off, because every class is going to start off in the D-Day web quest. And that is the worksheet that you received last Friday that you should be working on. You've got the 3 videos and then the 1 interactive. Keep in mind, the Eisenhower Broadcast D-Day Invasion Order is a new video for those of you that were in my 4th period. So it will work. There's no pauses, no delays on it. So it's a new video. It does work. It's the exact same broadcast, but it is from a website that's actually working. So that's encouraging. So you're going to be working on that. And for now, we need to listen carefully. Listen carefully. I'm going to come back to myself here for a second. Let's do this. So for periods 4, for periods 5 and 8, period 4, 5, and 8, those periods are going to be given 5 minutes or so. For the substitute who's ever in the room, please just give them about 5 minutes to review it, because most kids were finished or very close to being finished with it on Friday. So that's period 4, period 5, and period 8. Those classes get only about 5 minutes or so. Take attendance, watch the video, give them some time to do that. So what I'm going to say to you right now, for those 3 periods, 5 minutes. For the other classes, they get about 15 minutes. So periods 6 and 9 weren't as far as the other classes, and that's okay. They get about 15 minutes. So with the D-Day web quest, periods 4, 5, and 8 get 5 minutes to work, revise, and then you'll cut that time. We'll move on to something else. For periods 6 and 9, they get 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. Use your judgment, because it just depends on where they are and where the class is as a whole. So pause me now. Give periods 4, 5, and 8 the 5 minutes to work on D-Day. Give periods 6 and 9 15 minutes to work on D-Day. If they don't need it, that's great. Have them turn in early. Pause me. Work. Come on back. Okay, we're back. So now we're going to do a quick pause again, and all students should turn in, with their name on it, the D-Day web quest packet. No matter what period it is, at this point, you need to turn it in. So pause me quick, have them turn it in, collect it, put it in the class folder that's right next to my desk. It's right on my desk over here for each class so that they're organized, and then come back to me. Pause me, have them turn it in, then come on back. All right, we're back. So what we're going to be working on today. Today we're going to be moving into, because you should have turned in your homework already, the next phase of World War II is looking at, like, we're on the home front. What's going on at home while the war is going on in Europe and eventually later going on in the Pacific. So we're going to be looking at some propaganda just to get our feet wet. We talked about propaganda with World War I in a previous unit. So now we're going to be looking at propaganda in World War II. So to do that, you are going to all receive. So I'm going to go and show the worksheet first, and then we will move forward. You're all going to be receiving this worksheet. It's World War II propaganda analysis. So please, right now, it's up on the front table. Have 2 students pass those out. Pause me, have them pass this sheet out. Make sure everyone gets one, and then we will move on. Pause me now. All right, we're back. So you all should have this. Now, the directions. Study the propaganda posters. We are fighting to prevent this, and don't let that shadow touch them on Schoology. Complete the accompanying questions with a partner. 1, partner, not partners, partner. 1, singular. There's not more than 1. You and a partner. To further analyze the message of each poster and to identify how the artist made the messages compelling. So we're going to start with we're fighting to prevent this 1943, go through the questions, and then don't let that shadow touch them and go through those questions. Where are we going to find these? Well, if I go back to Schoology really quickly, I'm going to get out of D-Day web quest for a second. I'm going to go back to just the World War II folder. If I scroll down a little bit, oh, wow, World War II propaganda. That's what we're going to be working on. So right here is the worksheet. This is the worksheet you have in your hand. Don't let the shadow touch them. I click on it. It opens up to the poster itself. And you can see that this is quite an intense poster, and you'll be answering some questions about that. For the other one, we're fighting to prevent this. Again, click on it. It opens up, and you see the poster here with a lot of subliminal and underlying messages in it. So now that we've done that, again, let's just go back here. You're working with a partner for both of these. Please, for the substitute, Mrs. Oaks, whoever's in the room, go ahead and as students need this. So as much time as they need, then go ahead. If students finish early, we've got something else for them to go into work on. So the next part of this, I'm just going to cover it now, and then you can just go ahead and start, is the looking at different elements of the posters. So after completing the analysis questions for the 2 propaganda posters, find a new partner and identify examples of the common elements of propaganda shown in each poster. So what does that mean? There are 4 major elements of propaganda posters used in World War II. Repetition, conveying the message with both words and images together for powerful impact. Simplicity, making the poster easy to understand and remember. Sentiment, focusing on emotions, quickly stirring up strong feelings and imagery, making objects look appealing through pictures or descriptions. So you're going to have to be finding evidence for each one of these in those with a new partner. So let's just recap before you head out. First, you're going to work on, with a partner, Schoology. Again, it's right here, World War II propaganda folder. You're going to be working on looking at each document and answering questions, or each poster, propaganda poster, I'm sorry, and answering some questions about them. We're fighting to prevent this. 1943 is first. Don't let that shadow touch them is second. After that, you will find a new partner and work on the bottom half of the back. After completing the analysis questions, find a new partner and identify examples of common elements of propaganda shown in each poster. These can be in bullet statements, these right here. Please make sure you have more than one in each. More than one in each one of these boxes. Please and thank you. So that is what we're going to be working on today. There is no homework tonight. You will be receiving homework later in the week for War in the Pacific, which we'll be getting to probably more into next week. No homework tonight. If you have anything that you want to make up, make sure you do so. That quiz is included. You can come see me. I'll be in school tomorrow after school, so you can come in then and get to work on the quiz, and we can go over it together. But that's about it. So propaganda today, if it spills into tomorrow, that's fine. There's no extra work assigned. There's no homework outside of class today. So we'll pick up with that tomorrow. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.